Another episode of Meet the Expert in vBrownBag VMworld 2017. I am super excited to have with me Matthew Bunce, who is the way I met him was because he actually started at vExpert Slack, which is probably the best thing about being vExpert right now. Matthew, please introduce yourself.
Yeah, I'm Matthew Bunce. I work for Dell EMC. I am VCDX 222, and I've been a vExpert for 3 years now.
Where do you live? Yeah, I think an English accent.
Yeah, right? Yeah. So I'm from the UK, from Nottingham.
Okay. By any chance, did you used to work at Extrovert?
Extrovert, yeah.
So you were friends with Greg Robertson?
That's right, yeah.
Okay, that's excellent. I was like, I see the relation here. Yeah. So tell me a little bit more about yourself, and especially what you do like for a living with Dell EMC.
Yeah, so I've been with Dell EMC since November last year. Okay. I work in the cloud and virtualization practice in EMEA, and I'm chief architect, which means we run a large sort of multi-vendor projects across Dell EMC, Dell VCE, which is CPSD, and also VMware as well.
That's pretty cool. Now I'm super interested because that's like the culmination, right? This is the role. How did you get started in IT? Like, bring me back. How did this all begin?
20 years ago, I came out of school and I thought I was going to do CAD, computer-aided design. Got a job, got an apprenticeship, and then realised it bored me to tears. But I like playing around with computers, so that's what I did. And I ended up going to college and then got a job with a tech startup.
What did you do at the first job?
I did everything. I had the technical director and me, and I learned everything from networking, computers, email.
There's always that job that you have so much kit to play with that you don't know what you're doing.
Yeah, I got paid pennies, but learned so much.
But you were learning.
Yeah.
And I always tell people if you get a job, it's a salary, but also what you're learning.
Yeah.
So tell me a bit more about your trajectory. How do you go from being the guy that's swamped, that has this environment to take care of, to ending up where you are today?
So starting off like that is what helped me, because rather than being focused on one thing like networking or servers or something like that, I always had a broad scope. So I was able to turn my hand to anything as the markets changed, as requirements changed. I could do VDI, I could then do networking or do storage or things like that. So whatever came up, I always tried to turn my hand to it.
Okay.
And that's one of the reasons why I ended up at Extrovert, because they have a great set of guys there, and they're generalists. They have skills in EUC, they have skills in NSX, everything that was there. So I came over.
This is another one of those consultancies that I see that there's a lot of people sharing their knowledge with each other.
Exactly, right? Yeah. So it was Greg that got me on board there.
Greg Robertson,
yeah. I can blame him for a lot of things. And so I was just under 2 years. I did my VCDX there. First time I was a vExpert was there. I did my first VMworld there. It's a fantastic company as an incubator. They put a lot of time and effort into their staff, and that was what really enabled me to then sort of move on to the role with Dell EMC and that sort of level of senior role.
Yeah.
Funnily enough, following Greg.
Yeah. Well, that's actually super awesome, right? But tell me about the first time that you used VMware, because you said your career is 20 years.
Yeah. So first time I used VMware was that job. So it was just the opportunity to play with anything, and there was this cool new thing. It was I think it was GSX was the first time I played with it, and we were building Windows servers in the lab, and rather than having to keep rebuilding one server and take it down and do it again, we found this product called GSX where we could have one server and run multiple different versions of Windows on it, and it just changed what we were going to do overnight, from basically ripping hardware down over and over again to having it set up and just ripping down the VMs.
Yeah. So, and you fell in love? Was it love at first sight?
I've gone backwards and forwards across VMware first to start with. I did a bit of Citrix, I did a bit of Microsoft. I went through all my MCSEs and Citrix exams, and then moved on to VMware and never touched it again, and then come back to VDI with View, and then did NSX. So I've always chopped and changed between the technology that I use.
That's super cool, right? Because this is literally a person that I've always said, I'm going to do everything, right? You never said I'm going to just do this and be very sharp at this. You always said, like, it doesn't matter where it takes me. So tell me about your personal feelings on that, because you know how the people in the industry, sometimes they actually stay where they are because it's safe, or stay where they are because a certification is really not required for my job. I hear a lot of certifications, and I've seen it myself in my career, is that certifications help you get along. So tell me about what you think about that.
I always saw it as a challenge. I worked for partners, I worked for a Microsoft partner, I worked for a Citrix partner, and it was always part of the role that you did certification. And I was doing probably one every couple of months at one point, just going constantly through the cycle, and then they would renew and you'd have to start all over again. So that's why I've always done certifications. It was a challenge to me, and it was something to say, yes, I can do this, and here's the bit of paper that says I can do it.
That's pretty cool.
And that's why I saw the VCDX as the ultimate challenge. I decided probably 5 years before actually attempting it, that's what I wanted to do, and did the VCPs, did the VCAPs, and just worked my way through until I was comfortable that it would be something that I would be able to do. It was always where I was heading, and that's what I wanted to do. And then I got the right project, and it all fell into place, and I just had to do it. And Marco van Baggum was my partner with that, and we did it together on one of the projects we worked on. And yeah, we've always pushed each other to do things. So once we did that, we went, well,
it's always great to find a partner, right?
Yeah, let's do it again. And so we went for a VCDX NV, and so we just
you're at dual VCDX.
We
just submitted for the dual.
Yeah,
very cool. I hope you get it right.
Yeah, so we're hopefully defend again by the end of the year.
That's pretty cool.
We'll see how that goes.
Now, what I do know about you is that you are the guy running that basically that started the idea, and it was a phenomenal idea of running the vExpert Slack. Tell me about what the experience has been like, because it's herding cats, right?
So to start, it was an initial conversation that I picked up on Twitter. Or why didn't somebody do this? So I thought, yeah, why don't I do that? And it just started from there. We went from maybe 10 to 15 people. Within a week, we had 100 people, and it rapidly grew to there. To about a month ago, we had 600 people regularly on there. And then we had the idea of going out to Corey and saying, well, Corey, can we
just blast it out?
Yeah, can we send it out to everybody? And he was like, yeah, let's do that. And we went from 600 active users to 1,200 active users overnight. So it's been a really sort of rapid growth over the last just the last few weeks, and leading up to VMworld as well.
And I specifically remember when you guys said, hold on, people are contacting me directly for everyone that needs access.
Yeah.
So that's not going to work.
So for the last probably 3 or 4 months, there's been 3 of us trying to do invites through Twitter, and it backlogs. We're busy, we're away, or something like that. When you come back to it, there's like 30 people waiting for invites, and we need to find a way to do it.
I remember when you created the vExpert Slack Twitter account.
Yeah.
So don't contact me, please contact that.
Yeah.
Because it was overbearing.
It just meant that we could have multiple people on the same account being able to do it, and suddenly we found that account had more followers than we did. So yeah.
Okay, now I really want your honest feedback, real talk here.
Okay.
What's it like trying to manage all this crazy cats in room, go each other's throats all day?
To start with, it was quite daunting, and we realized it was trying to say, look, come on, guys. There's a lot of personalities on there. There's a lot of very different personalities. Then we've had some of the political discussions, especially around what's been going on with the US, and you just have to stop thinking about it sometimes, because it could be a full-time job trying to police these guys. And
it's a full-time job for me, like just trying to keep up with the channel.
Yeah.
I honestly, I've given up on some channels. Like the VCEN channel is so active that if I need something, I'll go in there.
We're still using the free Slack account, and so we get 10,000 messages, and we went from rolling maybe once every couple of months to, I think we roll once a week now, something like that. So if you don't check it once a week, the messages are gone. Yeah,
it's gone. And if Slack ever wants to monetize this, literally they have all the treasure trove there, because there's been so many good sessions where people are sharing advice, or it's, for me, it's the best benefit right now for vExpert, to be able to meet with all these people and tell them, I'm going through this. Has anybody gone through this? Boop, 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 boop. Yeah. Yes, and it's so quick now. Such a great platform to contribute.
So we've been speaking to Corey about what we can do with it now. It was meant as a bit of we'll do this as well, and it was just be a small group of people, to it suddenly being the way that vExperts communicate. Yeah. And so hopefully we're going to try and see if we can turn that into a sort of a properly supported, maybe the paid version, but it's a lot of users very quickly. It gets expensive. So.
Well, I have to honestly say, in behalf of the vExpert community, thank you for that. Not only for the idea, and Marco as well. Not only for the idea, but managing, because that's a lot of time that you guys are just putting in there.
Well, yeah. Well, a lot of it now is we also have the third guy, Tim Davis, who covers from the US side.
I don't know.
No, we keep him in a cage most of the time.
Yeah, cage. Go back and get in the cage.
But yeah, he does a lot of the day-to-day admin while
That's cool.
So
vExpert NSX?
Yes, and vSAN.
And vSAN?
Yeah.
So all the vExperts?
Yeah.
I think we have a meeting today for vExpert NSX.
Yeah, this afternoon. Yeah.
I actually have a sticker. I'm going to give it one to you too right now with Tim's face.
Oh, excellent. Okay.
Well, I really appreciate your time.
Yep.
Thank you for being with us for vBrownBag and Meet the Experts. Have a good day.
Cheers.
Oh.